Welcome back everyone to It's Not Easy Being Green Screen, and here we are with the Paul Shirley technical classic, I want to call it, on the Amstrad CPC of course, Mission Genocide, or ZTB, Zap the Bug, sometimes known as Zap the Bastards, oddly. But Mission Genocide, commonly known as on the Firebird label, should I say, and developed by Drinksoft. So it's a lovely little shoot 'em up this. So quite basic when it comes to its visual appeal initially. We haven't got nothing spectacular going on, but what we do have going on is brilliant movement. There's lovely movement on this. Scrolling is as smooth as silk on this, and it's due to a technique called screen breaking, which is sort of like a CRTC trick that you can do with the Amstrad chip. So it produces very smooth scrolling on an overscan as well, on a vertical overscan, should we say. So yes, it produces a very nice sort of result, albeit the colours are, you know, pretty basic, and the shapes are pretty basic as well. But at the same time, it produces a very smooth and fast flowing game. So colour wise, it's not spectacular, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens when we switch this to green. See if it's just as playable. It's one of those weird games that may result in actually going green, actually make it better, because you're not really focusing on the colour aspect of this game. It's more about the movement and more about the scrolling and all that kind of stuff and the action. So it's going to be an interesting sort of look. I'm sort of going to progress through the first level here. I'm going to get to the first level and then we'll switch to the second level. Now there are colour scheme differences on each level. So there we go. We've got to level 2, and now we'll flip it to green. We'll give it a bit of a green tint, shall we? Everything's going to go green. You notice the bottom bar there has changed colour as well, because we do have a colour shift when we go in, and there we go. Oh, they're a bit dark. They're supposed to be strawberries, I think. They're pretty dark. They were so dark, I got completely caught out by them. Okay, so not bad. Not bad at all. The enemies aren't really clashing too much with the background. There's a little bit of similarity clashing here and there. I'll tell you one thing, it is a bit more tricky to spot, which is, for me personally, which is my craft. My little triangular craft, which is a little bit of a tricky thing to spot. I'll tell you what, and I think another thing might be a little bit difficult, or should I say getting used to, in green, would be noticing the differences between the enemies and the background. That's a bit... I mean the background icons, the shootable background icons, not the static background. I'm absolutely dying here. Some people, not good. Oh, got done by that. That's well. There you go. Well, that's a good opportunity to see the title screen there, which was not great actually. I just noticed. Okay, right. Mission 1. Let's have a look at what Mission 1 looks like in the green. There's plenty of black and dark areas in the first level, so the shading is okay still. That shade in there is pretty good. This actually looks a lot better than level 2, to be honest. This actually looks like it's got more depth to it. Yeah, I thought it would, because it's mostly in shades of grey, the first level. There's a nice sort of a nice contrast here where you can see everything very crystal clear, and I like that. Maybe this is what's going to happen. Different levels are going to look different in green and play different in green. They're alright. They're a little bit similar to the ground, I guess, but enough. They're bright. Yep, they're still nice and bright and vivid and easy to spot. My craft is easy to spot in level 1, a lot more. That's because the ground shade is going to be a slightly different shade of green. So depending on what shade of green things go, shade in there looks a bit lost. That looks very dark actually, the title screen there. Yep, I think it's perfectly playable. I think you'd be actually really chuffed with this if it was if you had a green screen back in the day and you had Mission Genocide. I think you would have actually been really chuffed with it, because it's actually quite playable. And to be honest, the green isn't giving my eyes a strain at all in this, especially on level 1. I can easily focus, not very easily play because I'm not very good at playing it. It seems when I'm doing this recording, but nevertheless, it's fine. So we have a green screen survivor. Mission Genocide has been tested with the green and has come out triumphant. Yes, I like it still, as long as because it's always going to retain that lovely smooth scrolling and fast pixel movement and fast sprite movement. So a win for Mission Genocide. Zap the bastards, indeed. It zapped the green screen. It took it on its chin and said, "No, we're good to go." Thanks for watching. Novabug out, and I'll show you the title screen right now. Hey, Novabug here. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please support the channel by liking and commenting, and of course subscribing if you haven't already done. If you would like to support me further, please consider joining my bug army via Patreon. And also don't forget to follow me over at Facebook, Twitter, BitChute and Twitch. And a salute to my bug army generals Sam M, Sweet Nanak, Pete Walker and Craig Harrison. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Novabug out.